Without doubt, the biggest game in the Premier League so far this season at the Etihad. Man City 2, Liverpool 1. A huge victory in what could be an incredibly close title race. That's the way it's looking. Let's talk about the game, where it was won, and what was a huge night in the Premier League. Get in, lads! Yes, I am still calming down. The full-time whistle has just blown. My nerves are a wreck. I'm a mess. But we came out with the 3 points. We closed the gap. And on a day where the gap could have gone from 7 to 10 or from 7 to 4 or remained at 7, obviously, that is absolutely huge in the context of our season in terms of the Premier League. Before we get into talking about the game in its specifics, make sure to leave a big thumbs up. Make sure to leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. And don't forget, if this is the first time you are watching a video on this channel, click that subscribe button down below. What a win, guys. The first place we like to start off with these match reactions are the lineups. Liverpool lined up, well, both teams actually, slightly different to how I would have anticipated. I thought that we'd see Liverpool starting with the likes of Fabinho because he's been doing really well for them lately. He came in off the bench. There's question marks in our team who is going to be playing at left back. And yeah, the lineup, I was a little bit concerned about it when I first saw it because we didn't have much pace out wide in terms of the defenders with Laporte and Danilo, who were left back and right back to begin with. Kompany and Stones at centre half. I've always got a lot of faith in those guys. But yeah, my real concern was out in those full-back areas. But I tell you what, they did fantastic. Ederson didn't have a ton to do, but when he was called upon, and when I say when he was called upon, the save from Salah towards the end, in about the 85th minute, I think it was, 84th minute, after Guardiola was going mental on the touchline. What a save that was to keep the game 2-1. Looking forward ahead of the defence and Ederson, Fernandinho holds that midfield. Again, absolutely sensational tonight. Broke up the play, got in Liverpool's faces, played the passes right in the right direction. I mean, that's a poor way of saying it, but you know what I mean. He picked the right passes. He was absolutely sublime. In front of him, we had Bernardo and David, the two Silvers, who did well as well. And then up front, Sergio Aguero leading the line, who was absolutely unplayable today from a Liverpool point of view. Held the ball phenomenally well. Chose the right option 95% of the time. I would say 100, but there was a moment right at the end of the game where he tried to chip Alisson inside his own half. And I was like, why have you just given the ball back, Sergio? Why have you just done that? But we didn't pay the price, thankfully. Nothing came of it. But he was absolutely incredible today. One of his best performances in a City shirt, in my opinion. I know he only got one goal. In other games, he's got 3 or 4. But his general link-up play, his movement, his passing, his goal was sensational. What a performance from Agüero. Man of the match for me, without doubt. And I say without doubt, there were some other big performers today. We also then had Sterling out on one side, Sane out on the other. Both of them were... Sane had the better game at the 2. Sterling had a real chance to put it to bed towards the end, but couldn't quite. He was okay. He floated in and out the game a little bit. Did really well for the assist for the second goal, though, to be fair. Sane was a constant menace. He got the game-winning goal, which was a lovely finishing off the post. And... yeah, great team performance on all aspects. Outplayed Liverpool, in my opinion, and deserved to get the win. In terms of the pattern of the game, we absolutely dominated for the first 15-20 minutes, but the first major talking point was Kompany's tackle on Salah. Should that have been a red card? Should it have even been a foul? It's a difficult one, you know. I'm going to be biased on this point of view. I think it was a foul. He does get to the ball, but he does follow through in the way he comes up off the floor. You can understand why the referee's giving it. I'm just noticing, actually, my camera's a little bit high. I'm just going to adjust that on the fly now. Actually, bear with me a second, guys. I don't know if that's changed anything at all. I've tried to make that a little bit low because I think it was a little bit high. Apologies for that on the fly. But, yeah, Kompany's tackle on Mo Salah, I think it was a foul. I don't think it was a red because of how high up the pitch it was. I think we would have got men back to recover. That being said, I have also touched upon the fact that I thought we were lacking a bit of pace at the back, so... who's to say, you know, I think a yellow was the right decision. I don't think the ref wanted to send someone off, especially that early on in the game. It's a big game, you know, they're hesitant to do that, and maybe that's one of the reasons Kompany got off lightly. I know that was a big talking topic in the game, so that wasn't a red in my opinion, but again, I'm probably looking at that through Man City lenses. But after that, the goal line scramble. How Liverpool didn't score from that, I have no idea. It was probably their best move of the game, other than the goal. Great link up between between Salah and Mane. Mane should score realistically. Ederson comes out, he puts it past Ederson, clips off the post. There's a mix-up between Stones and Ederson, who were both solid all game in fairness, but Stones kicks it off Ederson, goes back towards the line, and the recovery from Stones to stop it from going in was absolutely ridiculous. They were saying the goal line decision system came up. It was 11 millimetres away from going over the line. Outstanding clearance to recover from Stones, but at the time, I don't know how it didn't go in. I mean, I don't know how it didn't hit Salah to go in when Stones got to it, to be honest, but it stayed out. That was the main thing, and then we just went on from strength to strength in a half, realistically. Like I said, Liverpool didn't have a ton of chances. Agüero broke the deadlock. Phenomenal goal. Phenomenal goal. You know, you look at Lovren's part to playing the goal. He didn't do great, obviously. He's let Agüero get goal side, but to take it the way he did was absolutely sublime. Wiggled away from him, found a little half a yard, if that, and smashed it in on his weaker left foot. Alisson beat it at the near post. You know, I don't think you can be critical of Alisson from that. Such a powerful strike. Wonderful, wonderful goal from Agüero, as I say. Superb display from him tonight. Went in 1-0 up at half-time. We'd seen it out well. There hadn't been too many chances all the way. You know, there's a lot of passing, and neither team's really wanting to give an inch. Both teams defended pretty well. I mean, we defended exceptionally well for the most part, in my opinion. Like I was concerned about Danilo and Laporte being in at fullbacks. You know, Danilo's not someone that plays a lot, but both of them were very, very solid. And you can see why Kyle Walker's been kept out of the team lately, to be fair, because Danilo has been decent. So fair play to him for stepping up. Not someone that I'd usually fancy starting, but did well tonight. They pulled it back to 1-1. They just started to get a bit of a foothold in the game, to be fair. They started to play some passes. Lovely goal, in all fairness. Alexander-Arnold put in a wonderful ball to the back post, nodded across by Robertson, and Firmino nodded in. At the time, I swear to God, I was thinking as well how Firmino had a quiet game, so that serves me right. And yeah, he nodded in, and at that point, I was devastated because they hadn't done that much, Liverpool, in my opinion, up to then. Like I said, they just started to get a bit of a foothold, but they'd not done a ton in terms of creating clear chances. But it was a tap-in. I actually thought at that moment we were going to do well to hold in there because they're going to have all the momentum, the way their season's gone as well, you know, these kind of results. But we dug in and we got the winning goal. Leroy Sane took it phenomenally well, if you ask me. You know, he's got on his stronger left foot. It clips the inside of the post. Lovely work from Raheem Sterling to get it to him. And beats Alisson, goes across in off that right-hand post. And we saw the game out from that moment onwards in phenomenal style. You know, we defended well, we dug in. I mean, you consider that over the last 2 weeks we've conceded a fair few goals. Although we haven't got a clean sheet tonight, I think our defence was absolutely sublime. Especially, again, I've said this a few times over recent weeks, we've not got a stable back four. You know, there's no Mendy. You've got Laporte and Danilo in there, like I say. No De Bruyne still in there. We were absolutely exceptional in all facets of our game today. Superb win. And now we need to make sure we make it count. As I've already said, that does close the gap down to 4 points, and the worst possible thing we can do after that win now is slip up in the next couple of games. We need to build on this momentum, take it forward. Let's not forget Liverpool are still top of the league, 4 points clear, but that is their first defeat. It's got to dent the confidence. It has to, you know. It's a big game. You can't lose a big game and let it not get to you. It's going to be vital to see how they respond in the next couple of weeks. But ourselves now, we need to make sure we take this win, use the momentum from it and kick on. And you can only see, going further into the season, as long as the other key players can stay fit, you know, De Bruyne coming back in is going to be a big, big deal. And, you know, you see the likes of Fernandinho and Agüero putting in key performances tonight. You have to forget we've been without those guys for a lot of the festive period in terms of fixtures. Have only just started to come back, and you've seen tonight what a difference that can make. But I'm absolutely over the moon, as all you City fans will be as well. That is going to end off this though, guys, because obviously it's going to be quite a light upload. I don't want to ramble on for too long, but I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below. Leave a big thumbs up on this one. I don't know what video so far this season deserves a thumbs up more after that fantastic performance. But yeah, fantastic win. Let's kick on, guys, and hopefully really push Liverpool now and claim back that top spot. I will speak to you all guys in the next video. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Savour the win. Nidge out.